What's up, y'all? I'm at the Village at the Peaks. It's a huge shopping center here in a really, really great neighborhood. We're actually helping some folks who are looking here almost exclusively just because they love it so much. So we were like, all right, let us get this virtual tour on lock for you. Longmont, Colorado. It's a dope spot. I'm excited to share it with you. Let's get into it. What is up, y'all? It's Jesse Lynch with the hardest working real estate team in the game. Welcome to Denver. Go ahead and check out our website, welcometodenver.co. But this YouTube channel is all about helping you find a place to call home here in Denver, the Front Range of Colorado. Today, specifically, Longmont, Colorado. And that's whether you're buying a house for the first time or relocating here from a different city, state, country, planet. Either one, first-time home buyers, relocations, that's what we do, and that's what we do better than anybody else. So if either of those things appeal to you, do us both a favor, subscribe to the channel, click the bell to get notified, give the video a thumbs up, and say something at all in the comments. I'd appreciate that very, very much. The thumbs up and the comments, they're very helpful to the channel. They're helpful to helping the channel grow. And they're helpful to people like yourselves who are maybe thinking about making a move here. And speaking of making a move here, if you're thinking about that, then do whatever you can to get a hold of us and we will crush it for you. You can go to our website, welcometodenver.co. We have a contact form there. You can fill that out, piece of cake, or just shoot us an email directly at info@welcometodenver.co, and they both lead to the same spot. So, you know, we'll get them and we'll get back in touch with you, and we'll just kind of start getting you headed in the right direction on the way to, you know, living here, or maybe you already live here, and then just, you know, getting you on the route to home ownership, because that's what we do. And then in the meantime, if maybe it's a little too early to reach out, maybe you're not prepared for such levels of commitment, go ahead and follow us on Instagram at welcometodenver.co. They're all the same. Made it pretty easy on you. But anyways, today we're in Longmont. Longmont is very nice. We have some folks who are just like, this is the only place they want to live right now. We're helping them, and I thought, all right, let's just get this video done. They can have as immersive a look into Longmont as possible. And if they're looking there, some of y'all are definitely going to be looking here. And it really does have a lot to offer. I think you're really going to enjoy it. And I'm going to go meet up with Jen right after this. And yeah, we're going to tell you a little bit about what it's like to live here in Longmont. Let's go.
Hey guys, we are at Golden Ponds Nature Area here in Longmont, Colorado. The population of Longmont is 95,000 people, so it's a pretty big town, well established. It's 40 miles long. A lot of people like it though, because it's not very dense. There's a lot of, like, this little park right here in this neighborhood that's in front of us describes Longmont perfectly. There are tons of bike paths that go through all of Longmont. Right behind here is St. Vrain Creek, and there's a bike path that goes all the way across, all the way next to St. Vrain Creek, and that goes all the way through Longmont. And then the houses here is a nice mix of really old homes that have been nicely renovated. There's big homes, there's small homes. There's not a lot of cookie cutter neighborhoods, so if you like houses with charm, Longmont has a lot of charm.
For sure. And then geographically, we're located, it's like very central to a lot.
To everything.
Yeah, in the Front Range. It's basically 45 minutes to Denver, 45 minutes to Fort Collins, 25 minutes to Boulder, and 45 minutes to the airport as well. So maybe you're a couple and one of you wants to work in Denver, one is going to work in Fort Collins, or one of you in Boulder. There's kind of no better spot if you're sort of split between those areas than here in Longmont.
And there's a lot of like little suburbs that are also being developed just outside of Longmont, because they like the access to downtown Longmont and everything that Longmont has, but they want it to be a little more rural. So that's going to be like Meade, Johnstown. If you keep going, Loveland's pretty big, but there's some suburbs in between here and Loveland. Longmont it's a nice feel if you're looking to have that city vibe without actually being in a busy city.
Yeah, it's got like a sort of a, I don't want to say quaint downtown because it's kind of happening.
There's a lot of my favorite lunch spot or dinner spot or happy hour spot is downtown Longmont.
Yeah, but
Martini Bistro.
Yeah, nice.
So good.
But there's like a degree of character to like the downtown area while still just having like tons of just like suburban staples.
A lot of boutique places.
For sure, yeah.
A lot of family-owned spots.
But still like a Whole Foods and, you know, like that stuff that, you know, people sort of rely on.
Yeah, you don't need to drive to Boulder or Fort Collins to do your shopping. You can do all of your shopping, whether it's commercial, local, Whole Foods, a Target. They're gonna have that here in Longmont.
For sure. And then as far as schools are concerned, schools are pretty good, not tremendous. It gets a B, according to niche.com. Overall, Longmont schools get a B. It's part of the St. Vrain Valley School District, which as a whole gets a B+, but Longmont schools specifically get a B. You said it's 40 miles long. It's huge. So there's a ton of schools. So it's very difficult to like blanket statement that this school is great or this is what will serve you, because it's huge. And there's probably 5+ high schools that serve Longmont. So do your due diligence, but there are a lot of really good options. Silver Creek High School, Niwot High School, Longmont High School, all get A- or better.
Niwot High School is in Boulder District still. So there's some of the schools are still in the Boulder County.
That makes sense, yeah. Because we're also so close to like Gun Barrel, which is part of Boulder. So, you know, it makes sense that there would be that overlap. And if you want that Boulder school district, cool. I would assume that that school district is gonna lean a little more liberal, and then potentially as you get further away from there, maybe further north, might get a little less liberal.
Probably. Yeah, that's a good question. As far as the housing prices go here, there are lots of options. The median home price here is going to be $530,000. That is a big median because you can have an awesome townhome here for in the 300 range. You can also get you're buying land, but the highest priced home here is $24.9 million. That does come with 118 acres.
Yeah. And 12,000 square foot house. So.
Yeah, so that's a lot of house, not for everyone. Yeah. So yeah, in the 300, you can still find an awesome townhome or apartment. They have those as well. And then you can find a $1 million, $2 million, $3 million renovated home, land or real estate. And because downtown Longmont is so developed now, if you want to live by Main Street, that's going to be expensive. Longmont's great because it is big, but it's not big enough that you're gonna buy a property in Longmont and you're too far away from downtown Longmont.
Yeah, like you have a huge variety of like housing stock and like housing style. You can be in kind of a cookie cutter neighborhood. You can be in like an epic, probably mountain view home, or you can be somewhere closer to downtown.
Water views also.
Yeah, true.
That's what's cool about Longmont is there's like random reservoirs here, there's lakes. Anywhere you buy a house, you're going to be near a bike path and you're going to be near a reservoir or a lake. Longmont also, in a lot of these northern suburbs, have awesome views of Long's Peak. I don't know if you can really see it,
Yeah.
but we have a great view of Long's Peak. It's just incredible view of the Front Range.
As a Minnesota boy, I very, very much appreciate the water. We have water everywhere. There's not as much here, so it's near and dear to my heart. And it's cool to see. Like it's not just reservoirs. I feel like Colorado's largely reservoirs. It's cool to see like a lake, like a proper lake, and the stream and all that. And yeah, the views here are nuts.
Water and mountains is the best.
Yeah,
that's
agreed.
The dream.
That is the dream, and it can be harder to find in parts of Colorado. And all in all, you know, when you think about the value of the median home price being considerably lower than like Denver's median, you get a lot for your money here, and yeah, it's a pretty good value overall. But we'll talk a little bit more about value and what makes it cool, what makes it maybe less cool for certain reasons in a little bit. We're gonna go to a pretty sweet neighborhood, and we'll talk to you soon.
Hey guys, we are in Old Town Historic Longmont. This is where you are going to find all the houses with charm. You're gonna see really small houses that are adorable. You're gonna see really big houses. You're gonna see renovated houses. This neighborhood, I think, was built in the 1930s, maybe even the 20s. Like you'll look, if you can see over to our left, there's gonna be small houses, but they're adorable, easy maintenance. And then we're gonna get to one up here that's just went under contract, and it's massive.
Yeah.
So if you're interested in houses that have charm, this is the neighborhood. Again, with charm though comes upkeep. If you have an older home, there's lots of things that are gonna have to be replaced. But the nice part about that is there's no HOA. People, and you can tell that people really take pride in their houses here. Just because there's no HOA doesn't mean that people are gonna go cuckoo and make their house and front yard and backyard look ridiculous. People really put in the effort here to keep the charm in this neighborhood without any HOA telling them to. It's just a Longmont pride thing here.
Right, and the value is there too, you know. So this house that she was talking about, it's ballpark 900.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
under contract for, or it was listed at 895.
Yeah, listed at 895. So could have gone for more, somewhere around there.
This is one of the bigger homes too, so this will probably be on the more expensive end because it has a big backyard, a nice garage.
Yeah, it does kind of dwarf.
3-story, 2-story.
2 and a basement probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does kind of dwarf a lot of the houses around here, but yeah, a lot of like little 1.5 story, you know, sort of probably 1930s era.
The streets are massive. You can just imagine all these trees in the fall with the leaves.
Yeah, real mature trees, and yeah, just kind of that cool old school tree-lined street.
When you think of like a cute neighborhood, a cute family neighborhood, like this is it.
Yeah.
Very picturesque.
Yeah, the big thing is character. But anyways, we're talking pros and cons. We kind of talked about some of it a little bit. I guess we can start, obviously, the character of the older part of Longmont, but not all of Longmont is like this. There's a huge diversity in housing stock, which I would say is another pro. If you want cool character, you have from probably the 20s all the way to brand new. You have from 450K to 25 million.
Big backyard.
Yeah. And yeah, this house is beautiful. Yeah, really cool.
Updated bungalow, as they say.
And then I would say one of the pros for sure is that statistically it's affordable. It's cheaper than the median of the Denver metro by quite a bit, you know? And if that isn't a pro for a lot of people, I don't know what is. Yeah, all these houses are really cool.
Yeah, another big pro for me in Longmont is going to be all of the access to the trails. Like we said earlier, pretty much any neighborhood that you want to live in, whether it's a brand new neighborhood or old historic Longmont or downtown Longmont, you're going to be really close within walking distance to some sort of biking trail that's going to lead to some creek or reservoir or lake. So the access to the trails here is really cool. A lot of them will even go through and connect all the way to Boulder. A lot of the trails lead into the Boulder Reservoir, which is just like hundreds of miles of trails. And you have bike paths, you have dirt roads, you have dirt trails. So the outdoor lifestyle here is a huge, huge pro for me.
Yeah, I would agree with that. It's actually rated like silver level biking city or something like that, whatever that means.
So yeah, there's lots of bike lanes here, which is great. A lot of people like to commute on their bike here. I see people do it year round, even on snow, don't know how. And then the streets are just wider here, so it's a lot safer if you like to bike.
Yeah, and which is actually interesting for like this old school feel. A lot of times you get tiny streets where you can, like, two cars cannot pass each other. You know, you have to like wait behind some other parked car. That does not seem to be the case here at all.
No,
so
street parking is, if you can see, but the street parking is not an issue here.
Yeah, plentiful for sure. And then another pro for me is just going to be like the sort of suburban amenities, right? So to me, it's a cool sort of combination to have the character of these great old houses, but then also very available suburban amenities, stores, as well as like some cool stuff. Your favorite restaurant, what's it called?
Martini Bistro.
Martini Bistro. Really great breweries here and like interesting shops, but also all of those just like standard kind of throwaway places, but that are very, very important to just like quality of life.
You don't have to pick and choose. You can go to the family-owned bistro, or you can go to Walmart. Actually, don't quote me on that. I'm not sure if there's a Walmart here.
Yeah, there might be.
There has to be.
It's 40 miles long. There's got to be at least one.
If there isn't Walmart, there's definitely Target.
Yeah, you can leave a comment if we're lying about that. But yeah, I think another pro is just like the jobs. There's actually jobs in Longmont, like tech and aerospace jobs, which I would not have assumed.
It's part of why it grew very quickly and a lot of people moved here.
Yeah, which actually brings up a con.
Yes, of course, there's going to be more job opportunities in Boulder and Denver. So a lot of people are commuting. You know, if you think you can live in Longmont because it is cheaper here, and then you'll commute to Boulder or Denver. A lot of other people had that idea first.
Yeah.
So yes, the commute is possible, and a ton of people do it. So it's very doable. But if you have to do that Monday to Friday, if you go at the wrong time, you're going to be stuck going into either city in the morning for traffic, and then in the evening you're going to be stuck sitting in everybody else coming back into these suburbs in the evening. You're
very much like going with the herd.
With the traffic.
Yeah, which you know is a bummer. But a lot of people are doing remote stuff. A lot of people were helping. One of them is remote at least. And
then also so many people do it, it can't be that terrible.
Yeah, true. I like a little drive, but I don't know.
And if you're coming from California or any other state like
LA
that.
or Seattle or something like that.
Then you'll probably laugh at what we're talking about.
Yeah, you'll be like, oh, 45 minutes, oh my God. But yeah, it's not for everybody. And then next con for me, and this is, I don't know, it's just kind of like, the con is that it's a suburb and that it's removed from a downtown core. A lot of places are gonna have this similar con, which is just that there's not a ton of culture. It's not like any nightlife. You pretty much, if you want to go to a show or a game or something like that, you pretty much have to leave Longmont and go to either Boulder or Denver.
And probably Denver. Like, yeah, there isn't really clubs in Boulder either. So yeah, if you want to plan a crazy night out, you'll have to plan that in Denver.
Yeah, and I'm not a club goer. I'm a like dirty rock club, I guess, but
also probably Denver though.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, either way, you're pretty much going to Denver. And then, you know, even beyond that, like kids stuff. You know, the museums and whatever. That's going to be mostly in Denver. So not to say that your kids can have fun here. There's tons of like park spaces and stuff like that, but yeah, I guess like the classic like entertainment is going to be elsewhere. And to be honest, it's difficult to come up with a bunch of cons because you can't blanket statement Longmont. It's huge. It's 40 miles long, and you have cute old character houses like this, and then you have mad dogs, and then you have like, you know, brand new homes. So you can't really say like, oh, it's old homes, so you have detached garages. That is a thing with old homes, but not necessarily a thing with Longmont. Like the housing stock here is just wide, and the neighborhoods vary dramatically. You can just end it on that. The neighborhoods vary dramatically. right, y'all, right now we're in a neighborhood that we think is a good example of kind of the newer end, the higher end part of Longmont. And obviously, like, this spot is sweet. Like, this is a particularly cool area with this big open space. These houses have got it pretty good with this huge area behind it, but all up into these neighborhoods, super nice houses, you know, probably all within the last 10 years, you know.
It's just super cool spot too, because you have like higher end homes, and then there's also, you guys probably can't see it, but across the way there's a bunch of townhomes and apartments. So in anyone's budget, you can be in this area. But this neighborhood over here, I'd say it's your typical family neighborhood, very nice homes. They're gonna be at least 4 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms.
Yeah, big, probably 2,500 square foot on the small side. And if you watch these videos, you know that we have a section we call our For Fans Of section, which is to say that if you like what you see here in Longmont, maybe check out these other areas, or we'll probably set it up on the search anyways. But here are just some sort of places that are somewhat akin to Longmont. What do you got?
Loveland, because Loveland is also, you know, in between Boulder and Fort Collins, and also about 55 minutes from Denver. It's just closer to, basically if you're leaving Boulder and going to Longmont, you're gonna keep driving right past Longmont, and that gets you to Loveland.
Yep.
So very similar, where it's not such a small area anymore that you don't have your grocery stores and stuff. It is very built up now. There's schools there. So yeah, similar vibe. And then if you just keep going to Fort Collins, I mean, that's a huge town. The secret's been out about Fort Collins for a long time. There's CSU there. So there's a huge university, but also has that city feel without being in a city. Like, you're in it without being in it.
Yeah, it is a small city of its own.
Yep.
It sort of has its own identity apart from like the Denver metro area, and I think Longmont has something similar. For me, I'm gonna go on the other side of the metro. In case geographically you're like, well, this isn't anywhere close to where I want to be. On the southern end, I think the closest thing to Longmont is Castle Rock, not Castle Pines, Castle Rock, for a lot of reasons. For one, it has like a quaint little downtown, kind of like here. 2, it has a lot of new homes that are beautiful. It has epic views, kind of different than here, but still very cool. And it's pretty affordable. So I think median home price is really similar to what it is here. Castle Rock is to Colorado Springs what Longmont is to Fort Collins, right? So it's in between everything, but on the southern end, closer to Colorado Springs. So maybe you want to work in Colorado Springs, or one of you does, or military or something like that, then check out Castle Rock for kind of very similar properties. And then for me, the last one is going to be Littleton, and mostly because of the quaint downtown. Littleton has really good schools though. So,
lots of open space. Yeah,
true. Beautiful open space. Cool, like variety of housing stock, where you have the cool old character homes, and then you have, you know, brand new stuff as well. So, and that one's probably going to be the closest to Denver of everything we talked about. Not even probably, it is by a long shot.
20 minutes
by 20 minutes,
depending what part you're in.
Yeah, so yeah.
And I guess for geography perspective, to get to Littleton, would you say it's an hour drive?
From here?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
About an hour, because you're basically going past Denver to get there. So Longmont, Littleton, both greater Denver area, just complete opposite ends.
Yep, absolutely. Whatever it is, we'll help you find it. So you don't have to know, you don't have to remember all this. You don't have to take notes necessarily. It doesn't hurt, but we'll help you get there, and we'll help you end up in the right home, in the right place. So just get a hold of us however you can. God, we're losing daylight.
I know, it goes quick.
Yeah, pretty bad. So get a hold of us, go to our website, welcometodenver.co. You can leave a contact form there, super easy, or shoot us an email directly to info@welcometodenver.co. They both lead to the same spot, which is us. And yeah, we'll crush it for you.
Take it from there.
Yeah, and as always, as you exit the video, do so safely, subscribe to the channel, click the bell to get notified, give the video a thumbs up, say what's up in the comment. This street light is actually helpful. But yeah, thanks for watching this. We did it. This has been Longmont, Colorado virtual tour. Say hey to Jen in the comments.
Hey guys.
Bye guys.